Hey, what is up, my scooter beans? Welcome back to the channel, and we're back. And I got a lot of good feedback from the last video that I just posted yesterday. And I mean, it was really good feedback. I mean, all my friends at school were talking about it. I remember I literally just walked into lunch and they were like, "Oh man, I saw your video, it was freaking hilarious." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." And then everyone really liked it. I mean, everyone was like, "Oh, what video? What are you talking about?" And it's just really fucking amazing support. So I'm here, we're back. And yeah, I have another story about the same guy. It's literally the same person that it happened in the last story. And I forgot a little bit of details out. I kind of wrote down a little bit of things right here so I don't forget. So I have a pretty good detailed story. Because in the last one, yeah, it was major points, but this one's kind of a little bit more detailed. But so yeah. One thing that I forgot in the last video is like some kid slammed him on the floor, which if you go see that video, it'll make sense because you can already tell by just the freaking title what it's about. But anyways, so we're gonna jump straight into it. So it happened to the same kid again, the same exact kid that happened. Like, he just had like not the worst luck in the school, because there's someone else that had way more worse luck than him. Because I mean, I remember just like there's two kids that I can remember on the top of my head from back in my middle school days that just had like the worst luck, like just the fucking the most like they could literally step on a fucking banana peel and they would fall. Just like that's how much of a bad luck they just had. Like a black cat could walk in front of them and it was just horrible. But anyways, so this kid, yeah, it's another embarrassing story, and this one's just nasty and disgusting and cringe worthy. I mean, it's just like, I remember I wasn't like in there, but I knew everything, and all my friends like at lunch were telling me like what happened basically. So we're gonna jump straight into it. Basically, we're all like kind of our own group. I remember it was like me and like a whole bunch of other people, and then this big kid, he was part of our group, but we were always messing with him. Like, just every day we would just mess with him. We just fuck with him all the time. And so yeah, so basically what went down is we went to lunch, and with these kids are tickling him. Like one of my friends are tickling him, and they're tickling him. And I remember they would tickle him a lot. I know it sounds really fucking retarded, tickling, but they would just tickle him, and he would start laughing, and sometimes he would fart. And I know that sounds like really stupid, but they would do it. And then but this one day, he said that, and he's like, dude, like they're tickling him, and he's laughing, and then he's like, dude, I'm about to take a shit. And then so they start tickling him more. They're literally like tickling him. He's like, dude, stop. And then you just hear like the worst thing ever. Like, it's like, it was basically a wet fart. That's what one of my friends told me, and I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And then they just stopped tickling him, right? And my friends kind of knew what happened. They were like, oh shit, I think this kid just shit his pants. So they just stopped, and he got very serious. And then he's sitting there, and then we went to class like right afterwards, and he went there, and I guess he took it with him. He took the little mess with him, and so we went to the class, I remember. And then I remember this part though, because I remember I was there, because I would always go to the class after lunch. And I remember he sat down, and he was very serious. And then I remember a girl, like literally a girl, called him out. It's like, "Miss, it smells like shit." And then so he was like, "Oh fuck." And then he's like, I remember, and then he's like, "Can I go, miss, can I go to his restroom?" And then so she let him, and this is what I heard, and I'm pretty sure this is true. Supposedly, oh my god, he took off his boxers in the restroom, and he had to use his socks to clean himself. I was like, oh my, that's so nasty. And then supposedly he was carrying that around in his like boxers or something for like a while. I really don't know the full details, but something like that was happening. I was like, oh my god, that's so fucking nasty. And so yeah, that happened. And so he went to go clean himself up, and I was like, what the fuck, he's 8th grader shitting his pants. And then we're like, I remember he just like, and the teacher, that wasn't even the worst part. It was like kind of like the aftermath. I mean, yeah, it's horrible if you shit your pants, and it's just really bad. Like, why would you do that? It's like really nasty and stuff. But the worst part was probably afterwards, because I remember after that we just always made fun of him, and then the teacher knew. There was a teacher that would always mess with him, and she figured out. And she would always tell him like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell him," like when he was acting bad, he would tell like him like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell him your secret." He's like, "No, miss, chill." And then but she would still tell him, even though he calmed down. Oh man, that was funny. But yeah, man, it was really nasty. It was horrible. I remember it too, because I remember it did smell like shit, like, because I went in there during lunch, and I was like, dude, it kind of smells like shit. But I didn't really pay too much attention because I didn't have that class. And then I mean, that's just hard for a girl to call you out and be like, it smells like shit. That's pretty bad. And then, you know, just from them tickling him, man, just like they literally just tickled him and he just took a shit. And he's like, yeah, I remember he just got all serious though. Like he literally spit. They were laughing and you just heard fart, and then he got very serious. And they're just kind of tickling him, and they just all backed up away from him, kind of. And then like they just left him. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my, I remember that. But anyways, this one was kind of shorter than the last one, but hope you enjoyed it still. Subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed it, basically. And that is it from the Scooter Bean.